Yeah, the honey's on every step I take is with my gauge. I'm selling dope, I can't live on fucking minimum wage. A young black man, and you know what that means, G. A hard life, and ain't nobody hiring me. Too black, too strong for this fucking little system, man. No Uncle Tom, so I'm fucking up that little plan. So fucking scared that I might just up and retaliate. You ask me why, shit, my heart beat filled with hate. Motherfucker past, talking about shit that's happening here today. I'm on my knees, oh Lord help me control this rage. I'm being teased like a beast, locked within a cage. They're setting traps, and almost killed me twice, you see. They won't feel safe till they got me hanging from a tree. I'm still running, but I got the Lord on my side. Put a little corner for my homies that have fucking died. Ain't nothing changed, I still live my life in fear. I ask you God, where we go from here? Yeah, I gotta be strong, yeah, my family needs me true enough. Remember one thing, my mama didn't raise no punk. The man of the house since the time that I was 10 years old. Read my Bible and always did what I was told. Now in my 20s, I reached my life expectancy. And I'm just waiting for God to finally call me. I realize I cheated death so many times. In my sleep, or rapid fire from a lie. It's every G, I'm trying hard now.
What's up? What's up? What's up, my
What's
brother?
going on?
This
What's
T.O.G. Marula
How
podcast,
y'all
man.
doing?
What
Everybody
it
all right?
do?
Man, it's doing it.
Alright, we here.
It's doing it.
Another week.
Well,
Hey to everybody out there listening.
yes, yes, sir.
Appreciate you
Yes,
joining
ma'am.
us,
Yes,
taking
sir.
time out today.
Appreciate all of it.
You know what I'm saying? So you know how we start off. How was your week, my brother? How was your week?
Um, Continuous self-reflection. I begin to understand the different levels of me, and you know, recognizing that my past is not my future.
Alright.
You know,
Talk.
these things that you know, um, when you coming back to a society after being exiled for a minute, you have to start realizing and understanding your own purpose and your own call. So I'm getting that right now. I'm gathering some of that, growing with it, evolving, and healing from a lot of trauma. You know what I'm saying? That's basically just healing myself basically.
That's good to know, bro, because a lot of people don't understand. We all have trauma. And a lot of times we don't deal with it. And I don't think y'all caught that nugget he dropped. He was like, your past don't determine your future. Y'all didn't catch that, right? So before I, tell you how my week went, let me go back. We got some people joining in. Amy Scott said, hey y'all. Chantel said, hey.
Okay,
Hey everybody, hey
what's going
everybody.
on?
Amy Scott said, I'm up in here in my PJs and bunny.
Ain't that right?
Thank you, Amy, for joining. Cause look, so Amy Scott always tell me at 7 o'clock she sleep.
I feel you.
Right? 7 o'clock she sleep. She like, man, I done had a long day. I've been up all morning, all evening. 7 o'clock I'm in the bed.
Ain't nothing like a relaxing conversation before you go to bed.
But she told me the other day. She said, I'm gonna take a nap in the evening.
Uh-oh.
Just to watch y'all podcast. And so, Amy, I really appreciate
Thank you very much.
because I watch you at 6:30 in the morning every morning. So, what we said, scratch my back, I scratch yours. So, thank you. So my week, man, it look. You know how when the light click on and you start seeing stuff fall in place. Like, okay, this happened. Okay, this what I been figuring out, and it's starting to fall in place, and I'm starting to see stuff fall.
Right.
And I think it's the same way with you, bro.
We in the same spot.
It's starting to.
After the years and years of really figuring out when a lot of times we take light of not having a father.
Mm,
Okay, I know I took light of it because I didn't have one. But I had one now. Don't get me wrong, but he was not there.
mm-hmm.
So by him not being there, I didn't want to hate him because of that. I didn't know what his circumstances was. As a kid, I just knew what was in front of me, and as I got older, I knew what was in front of me and what I needed to do. So a lot of nuggets could have been dropped, and a lot of mistakes could not have been made
Mm.
had I had certain type of guidance. I believe. But you go through what you go through, become who you're gonna become.
So with me, man, like I say, I'm same. I didn't have my dad in my life either. Um, I used to be angry about it. I used to be mad, but then as I got older, I thought about it. I said, you know what? The person I am today, that kind of helped me to be who I am, how I am with about family, how I am
Mm-hmm.
about my
Mm-hmm.
kids.
Right. Right.
So I always said, when I have children, I'm gonna make sure I be in their life day for day,
Right. Right.
and I held
So
them
you
to
took a negative and made it positive.
exactly. And so I look, we speaking about this, and I told my wife the other day. So when I'm in the shower every morning, I think I get
Ain't no
excited.
doubt.
So right,
That's it.
I'm in there listen to music, listen to every Thomas talk, whoop the whoop, and so I'm thinking. And so I said, you know what? We always say it wasn't a blueprint. It's not a map to this, but it actually is. And I told my wife this. I said, look. She said, how? And I said, well, we always look at the people in front of us, and this is how you learn. And so that actually is like a blueprint or a map to it because I always look at okay, you can take the good or the bad. So I took well, I don't want my children to hurt. So I know what made me hurt not having, right? And so I always said, I'm not gonna be that dad.
Right.
So that was a map, a blue like that was a map to how what when I become a father, this is what I need to be doing.
But let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Did you get everything right?
No, no.
Okay. That's because
It
don't.
comes, yeah,
Right.
and it also
Okay.
comes with maturity because I had my son coming out of high school, so I wasn't even mature enough, right, to be a man. I was 18 years old when I had him, so I wasn't even mature enough to even talk about being a father. So the things he didn't get, the younger children got because I was older, wiser, mature. So I learned along the way. Like I say, didn't nobody really teach me. I learned along the way.
Right. Your experiences brought
Yeah,
forth
yeah,
a format that you could use to maintain the type of person you want to be.
yeah.
And my thing is when I look at it, when I look at myself, and I definitely was not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I really know
Yeah,
that.
I don't think nobody
So
was though.
yeah,
See.
but to have the courage for me to say, I know I wouldn't,
Mm-hmm.
because ego come with all of it.
Yeah.
I could have stayed, and people could stay in ego states, saying that they're the narcissist thinking, well, I'm not never wrong or whatever. But once I realized that I am and do have faults,
Mm-hmm.
contrary to popular belief, I have faults.
Yeah.
That and I'm human, and I realized, okay, shit, I made a mistake. I didn't do the right thing.
I did the same thing.
You know what I'm
I had
saying?
to realize,
Yeah.
nigga, you don't know everything.
You
You
don't.
ain't,
I
you
mean,
ain't right
really,
all the
man. I
time.
mean, and then sometimes you can talk to people about, and you can get help, but and that in the lifestyle that that you get into, especially as a man, you really don't want another man to think that you asking for no motherfucking thing, because they be tripping
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of the time. So I mean, so when we can make bonds with each other
Mm-hmm.
and treat each other, because there's so many different type of people in the world. It's no cookie cutter person. There's no cookie cutter nothing. It's so many individuals, intellectuals that are individual, but then we don't have to individualize ourselves from each other. We just let people be who they are.
So let me ask you this: do anybody have to teach you to be nice?
I don't really think so. They ain't have to teach me to be mean. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
I
like,
don't really think. I really think that as we grow up, we become our emotions are start moving around within us and make us think certain things at a certain time. You'll like somebody, you'll dislike somebody, but you don't know the in depths of why you like or dislike them,
mm-hmm.
because you don't really understand yourself at that point.
Yeah.
So as far as hating somebody or disliking you, I don't think you really get it that young. You just me personally, I had to go through certain phases to unwind or untangle my emotions and my mental state
Mm-hmm.
to come into a place where I was good with myself
Gotcha.
at a young age. You know what I'm saying? You got to become good with yourself. A lot of times, young kids, it's hard for them to get good with themselves. You know what I'm saying? But we won't just be good with you. You know.
So we got a couple of comments. Amy Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Amy Scott said nobody ever will be perfect. Exactly. She also said accountability is powerful.
Exactly.
And you know what, Amy, I'm glad you spoke on accountability. I'm really getting into that phase of start holding each other accountable. Just the other day, matter of fact, yesterday, not the other day, yesterday, um, it it rained yesterday, and so me and my wife actually have started walking in the evening time. And so when it started raining, we had said, well, you know it's raining, so we ain't gonna walk, right? But the sun came out that evening, so we sitting in the house, and I'm laying across the bed, and I get a text from one of my frat brothers, and he sent me a text showing me he out walking in this neighborhood, like let's go. And so automatically I got up right then because I had just did a lie the day before saying let's hold each other accountable. And so once he texted me and showed me that, I was like, I jumped right up, baby, let's go. We gotta go. So yeah, so accountability I'm really starting to
I mean,
hone in on.
that's the type of thing you need in family,
Yep.
neighborhoods. You know, each each person in the family or in the neighborhood need to come to an understanding. I think in our family, at least, I'm put it like that. In our family, we come to understanding of each other. We hold each other responsible for what we're the best at. You know,
See,
and then you try to build the confidence and the whole structure of the family
there you go.
as strong as possible.
That's fine. Everybody.
I mean,
Yeah.
you couldn't have found it out earlier.
Like really.
Yeah,
Motherfucker just,
yeah.
Mr. Groove, we grooving the vibe, you know what I'm saying? But we back, you know what I'm saying? We back up in here. But anyway, hey, let's move on to what first topic.
Yeah.
So
Now, and that go right into what we're talking
yeah,
about, family.
yeah,
You know,
talk about it.
family. You
Speak
know,
on it.
there's a lot of things that have been happening in this city that's family oriented, that's real troubling. That sometimes I visualize stuff and I'll be like, man, how? How do we in our family unit get to the point where we have so much beef with each other that we want to hurt one another? Well, when and how we not see that something might be wrong with that? I mean, I got family members that I don't see a lot at all, but I love them regardless. I don't never sit around and say, they did. I don't get into that. You got people who do. That's your thing. That's fine. But I'm not like that because my blood is my blood. I love y'all. And then I got family members that are not blood, but I love them just the same because we bonded and made family.
Mm-hmm.
But all the people that I love as family and with family, I don't want to hurt anybody else or any other family because I know they love and honor their family members just like I do. So I don't get it. I don't understand because if it's about money, then we've been poor for a long time, and if you want money, it ain't from each other. Your next door neighbor ain't got no money.
So it goes back to so you said the magic the magic word. It's not about the money.
It can't be. So
So
what is it?
I've been saying this. It was our generation that changed the whole thing because accountability number one. Back when we was growing up, you had families close knit. I don't care what was going on. I mean, poor, struggling, whatever. Everybody stayed together, regardless. Back in our day, nowadays we don't do that. As far as being parents, we
But
don't do that.
but see now, in my own understanding, what I grab from it
Okay.
is what I think people have, and I believe we have to redevelop what family looks like as the time move forward.
Okay.
When we were growing up, that what family looked like. That's what
Back
it looked
then.
like. That's what it looked like.
Okay.
But we can't bring that back.
All right.
So what do we do now? we redevelop, re-understand, reconnect family, and we can do it in a wider range if we look at the positive part of this. Because we saw family once or twice a year if they weren't in town.
Yeah.
Okay?
Family
We can see
reunion,
family
vacation.
every day if we want to. What I'm saying is, what I would like to see family do is just schedule our own thing, a family reunion, a family get together, a Zoom call. We can do all type of things and make it a part of our family culture. And we just develop a family as time move on instead of sitting back trying to figure out why it's not like it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I believe in moving forward forever,
Okay.
forward forever.
So how do we do that?
I mean, all
Move
these
forward.
smart ass people out here, we can figure something out.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
Somebody
different
said,
type of smart. Now, it's book smart.
I get it, but
It's
it's
common
family
sense
smart.
smart.
Man, you got too many people out here talking about a village, take a village to raise a child. Let's come up with something.
But
Give,
okay, so if we talk about that, who is to do that?
who is
Like,
to do it?
yeah, like in the family, like, okay, so
Everybody has a job in the family.
I get,
I mean, you can't look for one person to be everything. That's where we go with the hierarchies. No,
but it
everybody.
starts somewhere.
No, it starts with everybody doing their thing to be part of the family.
Everybody not gonna start at the same time.
It don't
just
have
don't work
to.
like that. But that's why I say it starts somewhere. So who, like
There's no
somebody help, like it is who. It ain't how. It's who.
Listen, man.
Somebody is a person
It's
gonna
no,
have to start.
It's no designated person to start.
I didn't
That's
say
what I'm saying.
designated. I'm just telling you who. Like
Okay, so
who.
if you saying who, you want to answer, don't you? Or you just saying who for hell of it? Like
Oh,
an
we got
owl.
a paragraph. Yeah, like a who.
Nigga, I'm just saying.
Cause I'm that dude that
I mean, if you didn't do what you do.
I'm doing it. Like I'm
Okay.
breaking cycles. I'm building shit.
Okay, well,
They
there
call
you
me
go.
Noah. The art nigga. Alright, so we got a couple of comments. Amy Scott say I have been spending this year just being into my family and I love it so much now. That's great, Amy. Alien, okay, bro on him. Bro say there is blood and then there is family. Okay. Amy Scott said we are close knit in our home. Only one of my sons live with his father, but my oldest and two youngest live at home. My oldest live here because of his career choice. There is no need for him to be spending money on his partner
That's true.
when they drive
That-
trucks.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Is that, I mean,
That is
I
true.
totally agree.
I mean, and we got to stop letting other people set our standards by how we do our children. These are our goddamn children.
Yeah, you don't have to put them out at
I mean,
18. I don't know who told y'all
We
that.
can work together and make whatever happen, man.
Look, I told mine don't never leave. I'm just real talk. I didn't want mine. Now my oldest girl.
Who's to tell us how to raise our own kids?
Boy, you hear me?
Man, come on, stop that.
And
Stop
look, they telling you how to raise them, but then when I go see, they got all theirs at home.
that. Stop, man.
I'm just telling you the
Okay.
truth, and they
Okay.
keeping all their money under one roof. And man, look, they telling you one thing but doing different. And here we go. We start putting our kids out at 18. When you graduate high school, baby, you got to do something. Baby, you got to go to service. Baby, you got to go to you got to go to college. Baby, you got to do something. And I get it, do something, but they don't have to leave home because number one, they're not ready.
The thing is, it's of course you want the best for your kids. I never, but give them a base. Give them something they can stand on for a minute. Be their support. I mean, you have to understand that the life that they have, that we have, that I have, came from an incubation period of 9 months. So it took 9 months for me to even think about that I wanted to come out of the support system that I was already in. But we don't know if that 9 months was just 9 months or eternity to me inside of the womb. So we have no idea what that felt like. So now that we come out, I'm still dependent. And as long as that you are, and that you a parent, when are you gonna stop being there for that child?
That never stops.
That's when
Being a parent never stops.
I mean, so as long as I walk this earth, my child is gonna have something or something. Cause if he fail, if he come to a point where he needs some help, I need to be supported, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Vice versa. That's what you know. You ain't got to be blood to be family. True enough. But even though that we might be at odds as family and blood, I still love you. I don't hate you. I don't want you dead. I don't want nothing. People is killing their family members for some stupid ass shit. To
Well, talk
me,
about it. What just happened?
man, I don't even want.
The little guy,
Yeah,
the
man.
31-year-old, just killed his mom and his 3-year-old son.
I mean,
Come on. I mean, now I get it with the mental stuff. Like,
man, listen.
and I think a lot of time we play on that mental stuff.
No, no, we don't. But see, the thing is, we're not looking at how do we heal this. Who did, who saw anything was going on with this dude? Did anybody see it? Did anybody call anybody?
Like did it just abruptly happen?
I mean, we don't know. So that's why I don't like to speak on stuff. But at the same time, mental illness is a thing in our neighborhoods. Let's deal with it.
Okay, we got some more. We got some more comments. Um, Amy Scott said one of her kids got put out at 18 because he was being disrespectful.
Okay.
So he lived with his dad. Okay, I understand that. Audience said
Is he being disrespectful to the dad? Okay.
Then it might be you. No, I'm just playing.
No, it's not. What I'm saying is some young men
need
that
fall.
time, and that's
Yeah.
just it.
Yeah.
I mean that don't make him bad. That don't make him good. That make him be who he is, and he need this type of attention.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That don't mean he need to go to prison. I mean he need to be locked up. None of that shit. It means that dad, when that dad time to be dad, you need to be dad.
Exactly.
Come on, man. That's all I'm saying.
Audience said some kids have to figure things out on their own.
Exactly, I did.
I was one of them.
Okay,
Exactly.
I did it. I get you. And those are different. That's a different breed.
Amy Scott said, I think he had mental issues. We aren't taking this as serious as we should. Okay, so we got to take it serious then.
I mean, cause it's serious.
Yeah,
now,
we're traumatized. Black folks are traumatized.
I don't know if you know me or not, but I've been through some stuff that, man, listen. You better go see a therapist.
Yeah.
You better see somebody.
Well, y'all come see me, man. I can help you.
You know what I'm saying? You better start listening and talking to somebody about some of the things that's going on. This is what keeps you. This will keep me. I don't know what's gonna keep you, but keeps me even keeled because I'm not on an island by myself. This thing is nationwide.
Well, definitely.
I mean,
Really?
because see, a lot of times we always say what's wrong with black people, what's wrong, but we don't never ask what happened to us. What's going on?
We don't go to the root. We ain't going to the root.
We want to shake the leaves.
We automatically point the finger.
Yeah, we got to see what's going on with us.
Yeah.
I mean, we talking about, we hadn't been out from up under that motherfucking microscope since we've been here.
Exactly.
And it had been something to knock a lot of things off. And then they don't care who go with it. So you got to be on point and on time to see what's happening.
So Amy Scott said her son is not disrespectful to his dad. That's good. Jalen Simone, which is my daughter, she said she agreed. It definitely can hinder growth. She talking about overbearing parents. And Jalen, I hope you're not talking about me and your mom. We definitely not overbearing children. Chime in if we are. Let me know. But yeah. So then we have another comment. Sharonda Pfeiffer said it's very hard getting help for mental illness. I've been trying to get an appointment at UAB psychiatrist for my son since October. Oh, we gotta do better then.
Yeah,
Shit,
we gotta figure out
it's April.
who we can talk to. I mean.
So have you tried anything besides UAB? I mean, we gotta. That's.
Well, I tell you what, we'll do some research with you, and then we'll come out next week if you listen next week, or if we come out during the week and find something that you can go to, we'll put it on.
She said he's an adult with autism. No one will see him. How the fuck that? I mean, how that happen? Like, I thought we so kumbaya with mental illness, and you tell me won't nobody see him? Come on, man. So if anybody have any information that will help Sharonda and her son,
yes,
to get seen for autism, please chime in or send us something. I mean,
because that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, October is fucking April.
Nah, that don't make any sense.
Yeah.
I mean, so and other things now. I mean, things that's going on that you really need to to just if the family going through something, if you having something going on, let's just talk. Just just come to an understanding or overstanding, however you want to call it, and then move from there. But always go forward. Don't dwell on nothing in the past because that's over with.
Yeah. The world is
It's moving
moving.
forward. Believe me, it's not. We can't sit in the bowels of the earth thinking that we're gonna find a pot of gold. We got to move forward.
So Amy Scott said we don't have enough of us in the field. We need more blacks in the field. Agree. I mean, we need more blacks in everything.
I mean,
Mm.
I mean, we have to go and start educating ourselves also on what it looked like, what we need to be doing. You know, what's the best alternatives for us? If we sit back, and I'm not saying don't go to the people and get the answers you need. I'm saying that let's not be dependent on them all on what they can do for us all the time. Let's try to do something and find out who we can send through school, who interested in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who already doing that we don't know about. You know, what the research we done to say that we not. I know a lot of professionals. You know, so I mean, let's do some research before we say we're not into it.
Matter of fact, Sharonda, I'm gonna check with somebody. I got somebody in mind, a little group I'm in, and she in a position. I'm gonna ask.
Yeah,
No guarantees, but I'm definitely find out, and I get with you. You know, you
we
gonna
gonna find. We gonna
you.
look for
Oh, she
something.
say they can inbox you.
Yeah, she say
Okay.
they can inbox me.
Okay. Thank you.
But you know, homegirl, you know, I check into it. And, you know, I know you. We rocking. All right. So Lisa Bryan said, "Family is just not the same. Our generation was the first generation to truly um, intermingle with other cultures, mostly because of integration and attending school with others. When I was at Woodlawn, there was the first time I was around Caucasian children. The way some of them spoke to their parents was mind-boggling. We began to pattern our lives from what we saw when we had nothing. We clung to each other. As we began to gain material wealth, we lost that closeness we once had. Sad but true."
I mean,
Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, Lisa Bryan.
my thing is
You
we basically
let's go.
man,
Look, I mean, you saw, cause all right. So let's move forward because you took me there, Lisa. So you took me there, Lisa. HBCU colleges. All right, that's one of the things. So I saw a little thing earlier this week where they was talking about the HBCU colleges on Channel 42. They had an hour special on it where the superstars are going back to the HBCU colleges, going back to school. They getting superstar coaches. They getting five-star big-time recruits at the schools, football and basketball. And so they had a special on it for an hour. And after that, they had a all-star basketball game to where they had all the best players from each HBCU college playing together, and they had two teams playing against each other. And they had a pro day for them, where scouts from the NBA came out and watched them. So, and I was like, I was kind of laying in bed like, wow, I never seen this. So it kind of mesmerized me a little bit. I'm like, shit is really changing, right? And so we're gonna speak on HBCU colleges just for a minute. Um, what's the pros and cons on
well, first of all, I'm gonna say, Lisa Brown, I would like to have a discussion with you
it?
off this, cause
Okay.
yeah. But anyway,
Lisa Brown, you heard.
the thing is, with I don't really care about sports. When it comes to that, I was a sportsman. I love sport, but when it comes to HBCUs, I want to know what the curriculum is.
Okay.
You know, what are you teaching our kids? You know, if you're teaching them a European slanted history, understanding, and philosophy, then you're not giving them the foundation of who they are and themselves to stand up for who they really are culturally
Okay.
and ancestrally. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to really understand that, you know, history is the story told by the victor. Okay, so if you're not one of the victors, you're gonna be told this story, and
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna think you're a victor, and you're gonna start living the life, but that life is detrimental to who you are. So the curriculum is what I need to see. What are we learning? What are we understanding? Are we going along with the stereotypes and the systematic racism that's already embedded within the school system? Or are we trying to detangle it and move forward on something else? So that's just how I'm looking at it.
Okay. So, like me, I always wanted to go to a black school or a black college, HBCU college. I never
Mm-hmm.
did. I went to predominant white elementary, high school, and college. So now I always was like, wow, man, I really want to go to an all black. So here's my thing. So the pros and cons. So we learning at a HBCU. We learn about us. We learn who we are. It teaches our culture and everything else, right? But does it prepare us? Like if you've never been around any other race, if you always went to school with just us, so what happens in the real world? Because it's not just us who we gonna see in the real world. So how do we kind of
So when you have white schools that only go to school with whites, how do they get prepared for the real world?
they dominate the world?
Mm-hmm.
So they dealing with their own for real.
Mm-hmm.
So they already prepared. Like
Mm-hmm.
we actually have to go out and get something from them. So we have to know how to interact with them to
We have
get
to
what
get
we want.
some from who?
Shit, the other race. I mean,
Um,
majority of the time, shit, you go get a job. I mean, so the race giving you a job. It ain't.
so
Not. I mean, back in our days growing up. So nowadays you got it.
I mean, I mean,
I'm just saying,
I
like,
mean, I understand getting a job, but being held to a philosophy about a job, getting a job is just putting some money in my pocket to do what I want to do,
okay,
not to be held to a philosophy that keeps me subservient to the things that you have me doing right now in this job. This job is just a stepping stone to where I'm going. You see what I'm saying?
okay.
I never looked at a job as being, okay, this is where I'm gonna be for 20, 30 years. I never looked at it like that. And then when it got to the point where it wasn't good for me no more, I did something else. You know what I'm talking about?
So I mean, even far as far as a job,
Mm-hmm.
past a job, you still gonna have to learn to interact.
I
It's
mean, I'm not. But you saying that if I hang with a lot of black folks, I won't learn know how to interact with
no,
other people.
no. I'm saying if this all you saw in your life and
Uh,
never dealt with
I mean,
anything
this. Okay,
besides,
okay. So your life carry you where your life carries you.
okay,
Okay, when you get the basic understanding of who you are in your culture and your bringing and your generational understanding of how wealthy you are culturally and everything else,
mm-hmm.
when you go around anybody else and anywhere else, all of that goes with you. So you know how to act around other people because you know who you are.
I've just seen different. I've seen like I actually witnessed.
So you know they have did the research of understanding
No,
who they
no.
were.
What I'm
Oh,
saying,
okay.
I've seen different where people that haven't been around other races and they've been around our race all their life, they're shell shocked when it's time to go in the world. I've seen it in more than once. They're shell shocked. It's a shock because you're not just going to see us in the world. You got to interact somehow. You got to learn how to move and maneuver around and learn the language to get what you want.
Also, you can't make your own path. That's what you're saying.
I think you got to. I'm not saying you can't.
I'm just
Not,
wondering. I'm just because I don't feel you have to
I
conform to
mean,
what everybody else
no,
is
I'm
doing.
just saying. Just show me
I'm
one
saying
that's just making it just strictly through.
I mean, I'm not. Listen, bro. Let me get this. I'm not saying that you don't have to deal with other people. I'm not. I'm saying that you don't have to dance to everybody's
I
music.
didn't say I dance to it.
Okay,
I
but
said
that's
you
all
have
I'm
to
saying.
learn how to interact.
Yeah, but you don't have to be. You don't have to be. You I can go to an all black school and know how to interact with other people because I'm learning life. I'm learning who I am.
You
I'm
can.
learning. If I know who I am when I walk into a place where don't nobody know me,
Okay.
I determine myself and who I am. I determine this, how I interact with these people. Okay?
All right.
So I'm not just walking in there by myself, I'm walking in there with everything that I brought with me from what I've been taught,
Mm-hmm.
from the people I've been around, my experiences. I'm not just walking there as a dummy, as a Neanderthal, as a zombie. I'm walking there as a whole human being, a whole
I get
person
it.
that have experienced and learned.
I get it. And I'm just telling you, that sounds to me, the example I would give, that's like a person telling you, teaching you how to play a sport, and you never got out there on the court. He telling you what to do, what to look for, and everything. Until you get in the fire, till you get in the fire and experience it, it's not the same. You have to go do it first, and then now you're gonna prepare, they're gonna prepare you for anything. They can tell you anything until you actually do it. It's different. So that's the example I would give. Like if I'm just predominantly black, if
Okay,
I'm
so
predominant, and they ain't
so
never been around nothing else,
right. I
and
see.
I can schools can prepare me for it. Until I get out there in it, it's just gonna be a whole nother ballgame.
I mean, so we're talking about two different things. I'm talking about, you know, I'm not talking about the experience you have being around other cultures and what you learn by being there, what you learn about the experience itself.
Hmm.
I'm talking about when you walk into the experience, you walk in that totality of you, of who you are.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So from that totality of who I am, I adjust myself to what the situation is. I don't have to be around them to learn how to adjust to them. By being myself, by going back in my history, my DNA,
Mhm.
I go into that situation as all the greatness that I am, and I can adjust to anything in front of me.
I'm not saying you can't.
Okay,
That's not
that's
what I'm
all.
saying you
I
can't.
know I have, so I know I can do it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we got questions. Let me see. I mean
Comment.
comments. I'm sorry. Comments. Comments. Let's
Start
see.
at Lisa Bryant.
I know I gotta go up. I'm sorry, people.
They talking about HBCU.
All right. So we starting at no. We actually got Sharonda. She said okay. She said, but the tuition at HBCU is
You
outrageous.
gotta go past it.
Gotta go past that. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes.
All right. Let
It's
me
where
go.
I told
Uh oh. Somebody shot one.
you. Well, Lisa said
Okay.
I love
All right.
HBCU.
So Lisa Bryan said, I love HBCUs.
Mm-hmm.
Great for educational curriculum. I wanted to be a nurse, and the only HBCU in Alabama that offered a BSN in nursing was Tuskegee University. Medicine is a vital career, but it's not offered in enough of our HBCUs.
Okay, that's something that we
So
got to
we got to
change.
change that. Exactly,
We got
exactly.
to change.
Audience said most all HBCUs are named after white people. Mm, okay. Fin- Audience said financial literacy should be taught. I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with that. We
yeah.
have to learn financial literacy, and I think a lot of us don't know it. Amy Scott said, in addition to accountability, we must also understand that people do not handle things the way we handle things. Exactly,
Mm-hmm.
'cause we not all the same.
Exactly.
Ali said we have not been privy to information. Yeah, the information
See?
there we just don't know like what we looking at. Like sometimes we don't know what it is, right? Sharona said, but the tuition at HBCU is outrageous. So many of our young people are so in debt when they graduate. Sharonda, I preach this.
You feel me?
Look, and this is why my daughter didn't do this. I'm telling you, I remember this. She was in 11th grade. And so we had that discussion about if you don't get a full scholarship. And she wanted to go to Howard University. Those are hard. She wanted to go to Howard. She had to make a 29 on the ACT, and she made a 20, what, 3 or 24, baby? 23 or 24 was the highest she made. And so she would have got a partial scholarship, but we would have had to come up with the rest. And so a lot of kids, what's going on, they want to go to college, and I get it. They don't get scholarships, and they give a couple of grants or whatever, but they still, you have to take out student loans and all this. And so now you're indebted because you have to do this every year until you graduate. And so once school is over, once you graduate, in 6 months later, they want you to start paying something back on that tuition. And a lot of times you're talking about $100,000 or $200,000 worth of debt, and that just puts our families in such a, I mean, not just ours, it's other races too, but it put people in so much debt that they can't hardly recover from. So I get it.
So do you think? I mean, just being devil's advocate right here. Do you
Yeah,
think
that's good.
when they were selling us going to college that was all a plot to get the college debt, get the money
I think
into college?
for me, yeah, it was a plot because that to me,
You know, the things we knew when we first got here, we didn't need no
sorry,
degree to know.
go against my, I can see people saying, uh, like for me, I get it going to college and
Melanie.
okay, I see it, but again, and getting a diploma or degree, whatever. I get
Yeah,
it. But a
yeah.
lot of people don't even go in their fields and work their field. And so I just think it's a way to get more and more money, man. I'm just telling you. Back, think about this. Back when we were growing up, you had where you can get a trade.
Right.
You can learn a trade. Then come out of high school back in nowadays making 17, 18, $20 an hour back in the 80s.
I mean, you can still do that today.
Yeah, but they don't even they took trading out the schools.
I mean, out of the high schools.
Yeah, they took
it
trades
yeah,
out the high schools, right?
Yeah, that was messed up.
Yeah, but
Because,
they knew what they were doing.
well,
So
what they don't, what I see is when you see that everybody's not academic. As far as being an academic. You have some people that are good with their hands, some people good with different other things or whatever. And that's the type of stuff that we need in our education system is a variety of things that our kids might be interested in. Cause we don't know we don't know what the next teaching phase is gonna be.
yeah,
We have to grow with our children. You know.
yeah.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
really?
And we got people coming in on Instagram. Okay, so look here. We got people coming in on Instagram. So Taso Cole said interaction start with the basic understanding of who you are. You can carry yourself with pride. Those that I've seen shell shocked by society are those that have not been taught their pride in their culture.
True. True.
Okay, that's where I think that's a pro for HBCU. Okay, and she was like, "That's right. Go in great, and you can adapt." So she's agreeing with you.
Yeah, I mean the thing is,
Okay, say so, girl.
we have to understand who we are. Once we understand who we are, we have to understand that we are some dynamic people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we are really. I mean, like I said, understanding what love is when it's love oneself.
I
If
want to know.
if you love oneself, then it's easy to love people because you know how much you love you.
Okay.
So you don't want to see all this death and destruction now. You don't want all that.
Well, Amy Scott said, "Well, the information is available. It just ain't free." Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You got to pay for it.
Okay, it's okay. Everything in life.
Yeah.
I mean, and then the thing is, we can work together, find information. Somebody get it. Underground Railroad is what it was.
See,
What it is.
even audience said, unless you are learning technical information, college should be off the table. Trade schools, we should have all the tools we need within our culture. Mm.
Say it again.
Amy Scott said, I'm in school specifically for my field. She said, and I pay a monthly tuition because I'm not about to be in debt forever after going to nobody's school. And what does that feel, Amy?
All right then. I mean,
You feel me? Go ahead and pay your way now, and you don't owe nothing on the
exactly.
back end. Exactly.
I applaud
Hey,
that. Handle your business.
That's smart. That's smart.
I mean, if you can do it, do it. It ain't. If you can't, don't sweat it.
Yeah, yeah.
Find a way. What we have to do is stop thinking that everybody got to do it the way we do it.
Mm-hmm.
Do it whatever way makes you. It's your thing.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do.
I'm telling you, my daughter told me. She said, "Daddy, if I can't get a full ride, I'm not finna get that debt because that debt, she gonna owe that debt. She gotta pay that debt for 10, 20 years, or however long it takes for her to pay that debt. All right? So she was like,
Well, if you like me,
get a full ride.
no. Sir.
And we be look,
I
we
don't
as
wanna
parents,
hear
we as parents, this we do. We be so happy our kid. Oh, he got accepted in the
Yeah.
Tuskegee.
You,
But see, they didn't tell the whole story. He got a partial scholarship, and I gotta pay $20,000 a year. You don't even make that extra money to pay it.
extra.
Exactly, because you still the bills don't stop.
Yeah.
But now I gotta pay an extra $20,000 on my kid's school. Half time they down there fucking around. They ain't finna graduate. Take them 5 or 6 years to graduate because they're not even going to school. And then they take a semester or two off. Now you start. I'm telling you, you better understand.
Let's just be more intelligent. Now,
Yeah.
I had to be more intelligent with my money, man. I mean, cause economics is what's really happening.
Yeah.
We need economic growth in our neighborhoods, in our communities, amongst the people who live under the poverty line. We need economic growth. So let's do it.
Instagram.
Okay. Taso Cole said Hell yeah. A partial my ass, you better know it. Ain't no partial scholarship. Look, talking about a partial scholarship and I gotta pay an extra 20, 30,000 on
You
top of
feel me?
what you talking about. We ain't even finna play that game. We ain't even got that type of money. We just ain't got it like that. Now if you got it like that, you handle your business, right?
If I had it like that, I ain't got it like
I
that.
mean,
Cause we
you
trying
got
to,
it. You just, it's
no,
a,
cause you can do other things.
you can, you can.
You can get make them be accountable for their own.
Mm-hmm.
If you got it like that, okay, I can loan you this, but this you owe me this,
Mm-hmm.
and they rock the way they want to rock, and you just support them the way they want to support, and then let them make that decision too.
Okay, Amy Scott says, so we are taught to suppress who we are as children. As we grow up, we don't even know who we are. Family practice, herbalism, this my core. Okay, so she practicing family practice herbalism.
I guess.
Herbs.
I
She on
mean,
the
I'm
herbs.
all into the herbal
Yeah, my
arts
boy
and
do this.
everything I do. I go through. I mean, I could talk to you about something. You want to talk about something, but the thing is, I mean, just keep growing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. I couldn't tell a person where they need to do this or do that, but if you're growing in a sense that's making you happy and got positive energy and vibes around it, just keep the negative shit from functioning. You're gonna be
Mm-hmm.
right. Don't fuck with nothing negative.
Yeah.
Keep going the way you going. Don't let nobody trick you into thinking that they got a better way. That when you let me show you like this. Let me give you something. When you getting into your groove and you're there and you back, everything that you don't need to do gonna come at you. Everything you don't need to do gonna come at you.
Yeah.
You got to look at it. You got to see it. You got to cipher this stuff out. You got to make good decisions.
Yeah.
You got to know that when you see stuff coming that like what and it gonna be so obvious. You gonna be like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So you just keep moving forward to where you're going. Don't stop it.
So Alien said, do military for 4 years or learn how to build a business. Because we are not financially literate, we do not know where the money is coming from. Got you. Man, I'm telling you,
You got to keep pushing.
now, me, I ain't a big military guy, but,
Nah, I mean, I
build a
was,
business, I'm with you, right? So, Sharonda said, you are speaking nothing but facts. My oldest son now is home and about to get a trade for free. He messed up and partied. No more money to blow. And look, Sharonda, that happens to a lot of
yeah,
families. I'm
yeah,
just saying now
yeah.
that
You ain't
so
don't.
don't be
Yeah,
like ashamed of nothing. This
nah.
shit goes on where a lot of kids go fuck off and come back. We did it. I did it. Hey, like I did it. So I'm just we have some on the Instagram. Okay, we got paragraph going on. Okay, take some code. She said it needs to be back in the day.
Tell you something going on.
In the high school,
London on this.
you took aptitude test to lead you. Let me see. I'm gonna read. I'm sorry. To lead you in your strongest skill. The way you're not in college taking classes and earning shit, you never gonna make money. Exactly. She said college is not set up for debt. Um, it's a damn stereotype now that you have to go to college for success. Financial education is key to success. Handle your money and create your income with your skill. That's all right.
Exactly.
You had to find out what's your skill.
Innovation,
Mm-hmm.
ingenuity. We have all that. Use it.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a society now that's so much different than where we came up from,
Ooh,
man.
man, night and day.
Listen, let me tell you something, man. The opportunity. If you're not taking advantage of the opportunities, if you're still out here doing what we were doing in the 80s and 90s, my nigga, you bullshit.
You're gonna get left behind.
You
Yeah.
bullshit. I
I
mean,
yeah.
it ain't even about that no
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't about
It's
that.
so far from.
I mean, this thing is way deeper. I just want us to get to the point where we understand that we moving different.
Yeah. Eileen said, learn about trust and infinite banking by using an insurance policy. Bruh,
But
I ain't ready. They ain't look.
that now you slow that
Bruh.
slow. We're gonna have
I
to we're gonna
look.
offer classes.
I know about it, but
Yeah, we're gonna have to offer classes.
like
And
you better start getting some insurance on people, right? I understand what you're saying. So I'm there. Amy Scott said, I feel like people shouldn't go to school until they have lived their life and know exactly what they are interested in because I'm in the herbs and have an herb business school is a breeze for me. So Keita Mack came in and said, Amy Scott, she tagged you right, and she said, I disagree. I feel like kids should not be forced to go or not go. I suggested to my kids to go and live before they have to start adulting. Yeah, I mean,
Well,
it's no right or wrong.
I mean, y'all just
y'all
said
said
the same thing right there.
That's
She
what I was
just
getting.
came back and said the same thing.
I
you
was
just
saying the
said.
same
Yeah,
thing.
you know, yeah, and y'all agree.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
the
y'all
thing
really,
is, I mean, we all understand what need to be done.
mm-hmm.
Really, I mean, we all might do it a different way or say it in different phrases or
Yeah.
paragraphs or whatever, but we all know what
Said
need to
it,
be
yeah.
done. The thing is, let's come to an understanding that let's do the best that we can do to make our lives better and the people around us lives better.
So Amy Scott said, that's what I'm saying, but don't go until you have lived your life and know that that's what they want to do. So yeah, y'all really agreeing.
Right.
So yeah, I mean that's a good point, man. Good point. I told my kids, man, I want them to stay with me until they at least what 25, between 25
I
and
mean,
30.
the
And it's on them.
they say the human brain don't develop fully till you 26, and it might be less than that. When
See?
now and the understanding, now think about it. Now, if they're saying the human brain doesn't develop fully to the age of 26, and then you're living in a trauma-filled atmosphere all of them 26 years, think
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
Let's think about that.
So Ali said, it's a lack of knowledge and people not willing to put the work in for business. It is just a feel-good topic. That's why I suggest the military for 4 years to see the world and get some discipline.
That's another way.
Valid point.
I did
Valid
that.
point.
I
Yeah,
did
Tim
that.
did.
You know what I'm saying?
Valid point.
I mean, it take it. It's different type of people.
Mm-hmm.
Like me, I was a fighter. You know what I'm saying? I like to fight. You know what I'm saying? So at that point in my life, I wanted to fight,
Mm-hmm.
and you had stuff going on overseas. I said, "This is my country. I'm gonna go fight," and that's what I did. I didn't want to fight nobody at the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I went over there where they were fighting at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
For free. Yeah.
So they paid me now.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
I'm saying they ain't had to pay nothing.
No, I had to pay nothing. I went over there, to
free.
learn different things and do different things and
Yeah.
learn
You
how
got a
to kill.
skill and everything. That's a skill too.
Yeah. So
Like you say, plus a discipline.
plus
You
the
get to
discipline,
travel the
plus
world.
travel the world. I did all that.
Exactly.
But the thing is, it's so many different avenues you can go down.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not listen. Let me show you something. Let me say this right here. All of these are great ways to raise kids, but you know your kid, so let your kid be who he is, who she is, and then each one of these ways might fit for each different kid. But it's no one way that we looking for. We just looking for the best ways that fit the people that they're dealing with.
Ask your kids what they want.
Exactly. Let them do it.
Like
And just
when
support.
you dead and gone, it's still their life, regardless if you there. So ask them what they want to do and find out the best ways to get them to where they're trying to go.
And
Right.
yeah.
So we got some more comments over here on the Instagram. She said, Tay So Cole said these kids need help finding their path and be given realistic answers and direction if they can actually achieve it. Discipline is needed for different types. The youth today need it for sure. Some didn't find out they need it and end up loving it. Then she said, "That's right. Just got mine back from JSU and sat his ass down and said, what you and Anna gonna do?" Okay.
Well, see, the thing is now, we really think about this. Man, listen. You can do and we can be and we can have whatever we want to have. Cause these are our kids. These. I got a son now. He's 30, 31. But
Come on.
if he need help, I'm gonna help him.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't give a damn because he's 30.
He need my
He need
help.
my
That's
damn
my
help.
son. Yeah.
If I can do something for him, even if it's just talking to him.
Yeah.
Baby, I ain't got no money, but what you need to talk about.
Till Keisha Styles said, all my life I had to fight.
All my life, I
You
had to
told
fight.
Harpo to beat me.
You feel?
Exactly.
And everybody on this podcast can say that because everybody on here done fought all
They
their
had to
damn
fight,
life.
yeah.
Now if you ain't
For
fought
something.
you done fought for something,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you know you have.
Yeah. Yeah.
and you done set yourself up to say, hey, I fought this hard. This is right. Yeah, it's right for you.
Yeah.
And bring your right for you to somebody else so they can see is it right for them. But keep bringing on the information and bring on understanding and work together. That's how we build.
Okay. So, Allen said 4 years ain't nothing, which he's talking about the military. Amy Scott said it makes sense if you like to fight to go to war, right?
Exactly.
Um,
Instead of going to your neighborhood to fight.
so Amy Scott also said she totally agree with asking kids what they want to do and fostering it. Yeah, I'm with you. Alien said we think emotional and not logical, and that's why our people are at deficit. You know, we are very emotional.
I
We,
mean,
we
we,
are.
we have to learn the difference,
Yeah.
and 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 how to differentiate what emotions are and what the thought pattern
so,
is.
so Lisa Bryan said, I don't have the tolerance for kids to be living their best life on my dime.
You're right. I
Once
don't.
they graduate from high school, a plan is needed. Not saying they must go to school,
Hey,
but it
that
takes
works too.
it takes maturity to
That
attend
works.
college.
I
But
mean,
they are going to work or do something. You
I mean,
cannot sit in my house for 2 years, sitting around doing nothing.
that
Hey,
that
I get
mama
it.
them.
So it have to be a plan,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, but I bet you had them ready and prepared for that time. They knew at 15, you better get your plan together, goddamn.
Now, Alia said, now I agree with this. The plan is needed right out the womb. Well, let's start planning now.
I
We ain't
mean,
got to wait till they.
but we have to have the adults to start showing these children what's going on.
From the cradle to the grave.
I mean, they don't just come out ready to do this.
From the cradle to the grave, life ain't never easy. Alright.
Okay, so now look, now
Okay.
we're gonna talk some community stuff for
Okay,
a minute.
let me get
Go
these
ahead.
coming.
Okay, you got some more coming? Okay,
Yeah,
go ahead.
Instagram. All right. So Taste of Cole said, with no damn skills, family is forever. That's how we build and eat together, making sure the family eat. My children are set up to find their path. Come home if you're lost. Let's find your plan and let's build so my old ass will be straight when the time comes.
As long as they're willing to work with you.
Exactly.
You know, now being a parent is something else, but if he at any time he show me he ain't willing to work with me, he carry his ass home. Now, I'm just telling you what's happening.
Yo, Lisa Bryan said,
That
you
tough
ain't
love.
gonna be having your
No,
best life
now,
on my dime.
now if you living good and I'm happy and you still doing, I'm seeing progress.
Yeah.
That's why I agree with you, Lisa. Progress. You got to have that progress. You
Yeah.
ain't showing no progress. You better get your ass up out of here.
Like,
That's what you been doing. I'm
go
coming
live
with
your
that
best
bullshit.
life on your dime.
They ain't even live shit around here.
So look here. So we got a couple of minutes left before we get out of here. We're gonna end it by talking community talk, right? So
Okay.
we're gonna talk about the community.
So the thing about it, we're doing. I got first of all, the lawn service is still going on.
Talk
we
about
doing,
it. Sure.
We doing good. You know, like I told
Here.
you,
Sure. Yeah.
jingle
Jingle
lawn
lawn
service.
service.
Jingle's an Ethiopian word that means help me, help you.
Then my partner lawn service. If y'all need your grass cut, hut.
But look, I got listen. The response been so great. I have to do appointments now.
Exactly.
I have to do appointments.
Business.
So let's do appointments because we want to grow your grass. We
Holla
want
at my
to
boy.
holler at you. So and then we got the Empowerment Alliance, my nonprofit organization, working on some things. You know what I'm saying? We got a creative writing
Talk
thing
to
to
him.
go.
Talk.
I wrote
Pop your shit, nigga.
I wrote a poem.
Pop it. Talk it.
Okay.
This is what we do.
So I want to speak this poem. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Not understanding what he wrote, but it read like an oath, laced with history of the spirit he spoke. Never give in to greed, only take what you need. Always drop a nugget to your unborn seed.
Mm-hmm.
Don't live your life in despair. Close your eyes, touch the air.
Mm.
Just whisper my name, and I'll always be there. Some people can't see the forest for the trees, so just shake the leaves. That's just a little something, man. It's a
And
little
see,
something.
hey, this hey, look, man, look, you dealing with lyrical genius over here, right? So look, if you need your lawn, what's the number? We need to talk this number. If you need your grass cut,
205 639 3224.
holler at my boy.
Yeah. And get on the
That
schedule.
T.O.G. Holler at him. So we also got Lisa Bryant. So Lisa Bryant have a Airbnb,
Airbnb,
the
okay.
Bush Hills Bungalow. That's what
It's
it's
Birmingham, Alabama.
It's in
You might be
Birmingham.
you might be in Texas, you might be in
It's in
Las
Birmingham.
Vegas.
Yeah.
You know the World Game's coming.
When you come to
World
Birmingham,
Game's coming now. You need to call and get something set up. You're gonna need a place to sit
look,
down now.
she got a lavish 3 bedroom. Got 3 beds,
Mm-hmm.
right? 1 bath.
Okay.
And I'm talking about, dude, I done seen it, right?
Nice.
Got the fireplace and all that stuff outside where you can relax on.
Give them the website.
Yeah, hold on, baby. Let me spit my. You know what I'm saying? You,
It's
interrupt,
801.
you just interrupt the flow. I was finna get ready.
It's 801.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I'm on my shit.
It's
I'm on my
801.
shit. So look, the room is $154 a night. It's luxurious. You know, $154 a night is over in Bush Hills. If you ever
Wait a minute. It's 100 and what?
$54 a night
For a 3 bedroom?
for 3 bedroom, 1 bath, 3 beds in each room, right?
It's a house.
And you know,
Yeah.
that's
We doing
presidential.
this at hotels.
That's presidential.
Real
For
talk.
real, you getting a sweet price for a presidential experience.
Bush Hills Bungalow.
Okay, how
Check it out if you in town or if you live in town and you just want an Airbnb for the
Chill out,
weekend.
you know what I'm saying?
Man, Lisa
But
Brown,
be responsible
hit me
now.
up. What's the website, baby? You told me the website.
It's on there.
Hold on. You keep talking to me slick though. Hold
Oh, miss.
on. I'm trying to find it, baby. Let me find it. You'll find it.
Y'all talk about
Yeah.
police.
So look, while I'm finding that, I want to go ahead and pull up my partner. Man, I grew up with this cat. I'm talking about we ran the streets together. So one of my partners named Tony Person, black owned. He have his own Planet Smoothie in Trussville, Alabama, right? 101 B Street, Suite 103. If you looking for a smoothie, man,
In the
go
morning,
look. I
lunchtime.
done been over there a couple of times.
Yeah, they jumping too now.
This my dude.
Yeah, this Tony go
Look.
way back. We go way back.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for him because I done ran the streets with him. And this dude got 2 business. He got a sprinkler business and he got a Planet Smoothie. This cat, what shit, Tony about your age, what, 47, 48, 49 range, right? Young cat. I mean, they know who he is. We've been on Facebook too long. They know how old you is, baby. So if you're looking for a smoothie, anything like that, go see Tony Person, man. Planet Smoothie in Trussville, man. I went today. I went the other day.
The address on the phone.
Okay, I already told the address, baby. 101 B Street, Suite 103. Mess with it. Okay, so let me
That's
give
the
you.
website, and they'll just have to key that in.
Okay.
Type that in.
So my wife just gave me the website.
Just type in Bush Hill Bungalow.
Yeah, go. Don't
Okay.
you see Airbnb? Don't you see .com at the bottom?
Oh, okay, my bad. Okay, the website is Airbnb.com. I think that'll pull up anybody.
No, then they type in
Then type up
The
the
bungalow.
Bush Hills Bungalow. If you're looking for Airbnb in Birmingham, Alabama, you want luxurious, somebody gonna see by to take care of you. Lisa Bryant, our homegirl. Man, we enjoyed it, man. It's been great conversation. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, go to T.O.G and Barulla's podcast and subscribe. Thank you for the people that subscribed today. We had